to another video episode from Veg Grower Podcast. Call me today in the pine shed, which is where I'll be pretty much hiding most of the day. I'm going to crack on and get this a bit tidy and what have you. So firstly, in my last video I asked for some help. I didn't find the bugs on the Brussels sprouts, and quite a few people replied, and I'm really thankful for that. Everyone came to the conclusion it's whitefly, which is what I thought anyway. So I'd just like to thank everybody for your contribution on that. There's been a Brian who also said a few tips for next year, which I'm really, really grateful for. So thank you very much for that. Constructive criticism, as he said, it's really appreciated. Love it. Anyway, so yeah, I'm actually recording this on Sunday, and last night we were hit by Storm Angus. So I had quite a restless night. I was worrying about the chickens in the sheds and everything, and things like that. Every now and then I'd run out with a torch and looking outside and through the window and seeing if everything's okay. 7:30 this morning, when it was light, I looked out at home, but a couple of fence panels had shaken loose. They just screwed in and what have you. The fence itself needs replacing, which is a job I've got at some point when I can afford it. But the greenhouse, the door frame had shaken loose as well. So 7:30 in the morning, I ran outside. I didn't video this, I'm afraid, but 7:30 in the morning, I ran outside quickly in my dressing gown and slippers, which is why I didn't video it, and kind of tightened, put it back together, tightened them up very quickly. Thankfully, it's all it needed. Just there was 2 bolts. They've done it before. They've shaken loose. Now I do go around and tighten them quite often, and these 2 bolts shaken loose, but anyway, tightened those up, popped it back into place, sorted it out nice and tight, and that was it. So yeah, basically at home, that's all the damage I got. Now I'm going to put together a few clips from the allotment, which I'm going to put up now, so you can see what happened down there, and yeah, let me know what you think of it. So I'll pull that up now, and then you come back and join me in the potting shed when between now and then I'll start tidying this up. Well, good morning everyone. This is the morning after the storm. I can't remember the name of the storm off the top of my head. First one of the season. So I ran down the allotment to see if there's any damage, and actually so far I'm pretty pleased. Sheds remained, that's pretty good. These trees here have remained, so far so good. Just have a bit of a wander around and see what's what. Raspberries over there still standing. Potato bags are still remaining. The globe artichoke is still growing over there. Rhubarb are pretty much dead just there. Garlic is still growing and surviving. Okay, asparagus is still there and not blown away. Brussels sprouts look like they've been a bit swept over with the wind, so I'm going to have to stake those. That'll be a job for later. And towards that back, the Jerusalem artichokes have been uprooted, but they were nearly ready anyway. All the bins and the water butts have stayed. The onions, they're doing well. Pretty good germination and all those, I have to say so. So yeah, so I'm going to crack on and get these few jobs. What I plan to do today isn't going to happen, so instead I'm going to stake these Brussels sprouts and tidy up the Jerusalem artichokes. Okay, so as the Jerusalem artichokes have blown all over the place. I think it's time to see how they've done on. So first of all, let's cut away this bad stuff. Now, what I have to say, I've discovered with this sort of stuff, it's really good for starting fires as the tinder. So I keep it hold of that. I put it to dry out, and I use that to start fires at home. For some reason it just really catches a flame really easy. I mean, now if you watched my videos last year, you may remember I only got 4 artichokes out of a lot. Which I didn't even bother eating. They got dug up. That was at the old allotment. They got dug up and they were replanted in this bed here, where in terms of foliage they grew a hell of a lot better. I have to admit, this bit is still quite green, so it's dying back. We'll sort that all out a bit later on. But I'll leave that to dry out anyway. So, let's see what we've got. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is looking better. Hell of a lot better. Throw that all there. Bit on the small side some cases, but yeah, I'm happy. There's going to be a lot of Jerusalem artichoke soup, I'm afraid. Artichoke soup. I think the reality is I'll probably never be able to replant or get all the bits out, but that's okay because I want it to grow, keep growing here, and I'll be planting more. Give it really good loads of covering of compost sooner like in the year over the next few weeks. Oh yeah, they're doing good. They're a bit on a bit thinner than I've normally had them, but overall not bad. Ah, yeah. That's definitely an improvement on last year, by far. Now, due to this storm last night, my original plans for today have gone to one side. My original plan was to get the shallots in. It's not going to happen, I'm afraid. I'm not going to spend long down here because I want to get stuff done at home. Right, that's about all I planted planted last year. Excuse me, it's quite cold today. Should say, when I was looking back at last week's video, I noticed this coat is pretty badly worn. So it's got quite a few rips in it. It's only a coat I use for gardening and what have you, but it's going to have to go soon. It's just been such a good, nice warm jacket to have down the plots. Okay, well, that's about it. I'm more than happy with that as well. So let me go get the scales and we'll see, and we'll weigh them. Okay, so I'm back now. Those scales, it's not going to be perfect. Let's try and level this ground out a bit more. Get this on 0. Nearly at a kilo. It's getting a bit full, this bowl. It's not the best scales. And I'm nearly at 2 kilos. There's still a few more to go in here. I'm sure if I really went to town digging more out, there'll be more. Like a game of Jenga now. Well, that's the last one. I'll put that in there. That's 2.5 kilos. I'm happy with that, very happy. So I'm going to now pack these away and take them home. Okay, so I'm going to do another review on this ocker, but before I do that, I just want to show this. This is how much rain we had overnight in the storm. That says, well, it says 25 mil. I think that's more centimetres actually, or what have you. So that's quite a lot of rain. So anyway, right, let's get on and do this ocker. So now, if I'm honest, this ocker hasn't been grown in the best conditions, but it's not bad. Let's grab the scales over and throw it straight into the scales. Now, I grew ocker for the first time last year, and it was quite easy to grow. I was quite impressed with it. My trouble was actually, believe it or not, finding out what to cook it, how to cook it. I found one recipe. I can't remember what it was now. I'll recognise it when if I see it again. But if I'm honest, it wasn't that good. A few of these small ones. Actually, looking pretty good for the ocker as well. Bit on the small side, but then I didn't get the bed ready in time, so I was growing these in a big old planter. There was far too many in there just to use them up, so lesson learned. Yeah, if anybody has any recipe ideas on what to use ocker in, I'd happily hear them and try a few out. Okay. Let's see what we got. There's quite a few. It could have done with a bit more water, because actually they haven't got into this underneath where they were. It's quite dry. So more water in. Probably a bit more space in between them. Remind myself for next year what to do. Right, well, I'll keep digging these out. This might take a while, and it's probably going to be a bit boring if I just play it, so I'll probably fast forward the recording and show what it's like after. Right, I'm back now. Here's what I've collected. It's just under a kilo, so not too bad. I just have to find some way of cooking them and what to do with them. So, giving that a bit of a dig over. I'll do the yak on probably next week and see how that's got on. Then after I've done that, I can give this a really good mulch. That bed a really good mulch with horse manure next week. That's the plan, hopefully. Okay, so I think I'm about done down the allotment today. It's a bit windy, shall we say, so we don't worry about it. Thankfully it's better than what I anticipated, so yeah. I'll see you back in the potting shed. Okay, well, I'm back in here. It's getting dark outside, and I've rigged up a few lights just to make things a bit easier. It's getting to that time of year when I'm going to be doing a lot more work in here, so it's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, so be quiet. That's one of my chickens. You've seen down the allotment what I've been doing down there today. I'm really pleased with those Jerusalem artichokes and the yucca. I am pleased. I think I could have done better, but I was expecting the ones I've got here to do better as well. So way up the worst with a bad. But anyway, I'll be making Jerusalem artichoke soup. That's for certain. Just got to find recipes for the yucca. Things are coming to the end of their harvesting, but hopefully new stuff will come along now, which can only be a good thing. So yeah, and I've tidied up in here. It's looking a lot better from where I stand anyway. Probably to you it don't look any different, but trust me, it is better. Getting things organised, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to wrap up for this week. Thank you for watching. And welcome to all my new subscribers as well. I should have said that earlier. And thank you for any comments and anything else. I really do appreciate it. I really do. If you want to know more about me, don't forget I've got my website where I do an audio podcast once a week. just talking about what I'm doing at the moment. I've got plans in the future for things I want to do with a podcast, but I might come to that on a future video. Any ideas though, let me know. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next week.